Hi, Nadia.
Hello. Hi.
How's it going?
How are you?
I'm
I'm
good. It's
good.
getting warm here. What's the weather like in Boston?
Same here. It's getting warm too, but I haven't been able to experience it because in I'm at work.
Do you have air
So
conditioning at
and
work?
on the weekends it's cold. So yeah,
Do you have air
almost too
conditioning in your
much,
apartment?
really. Yeah, but I don't really. I mean, I haven't had to use it recently, but it's gonna get hot the next couple of days, so I don't know. But I heard
So, what
from the
happens
people
in Boston when
before
it's summertime? Like, I
that
know that
there's kind
in
of
New
no in
York,
between. It's either,
when it's winter, people are staying indoors a little bit. And then summer comes, and then everybody's like, there's so many things in the park and so many festivals and like different events happening in the city. Is that what it's like in Boston? Lots of stuff happening in the city?
yeah, I think I missed what you said in the beginning, but I mean, yeah, it hasn't really gotten to that point yet. I think New York is a lot warmer than it is here, actually. Um, but yeah, I think June is, block. They've been trying to do some like block parties, but not like meaning like they'll block streets off for
Mhm.
like a day, and yeah, stuff like that, like Newberry Street, but all over Boston.
How do you find out about what's going on?
I mean, if you're looking for it online, I mean, I don't really know that much that's going on, but TikTok probably, I don't know.
So you were asking me earlier what you should make for dinner.
We don't actually have to talk about it on here, but yeah, I don't know what to make.
I was watching this Instagram reel by, I forgot the name of the person. I should look it up. She's hilarious. And she does a lot of different like impersonations of people from different cities and stuff.
Hmm.
And sometimes she doesn't do city ones. She did an impersonation of herself, I guess, or maybe her college self, asking her mom like literally everything throughout the day. Like what should she do throughout the day? And I tell people all the time that I'm glad that you went to school far away because I feel like if you were close by, you would ask us how to do all the things. You would ask us how to get to the airport and how to like where you should get your hair cut and what's the best place to eat Italian food or something like that. But since you're far away, you know that you know more about Boston than we do. So you are forced to learn how to do things on your own. And so I'm wondering if, like, throughout the day, you wish you could ask us questions.
That's so not true. I still ask all of those questions. Even when you guys are like, even with you guys at home.
But we don't have answers for you.
I
I feel
know,
like if
but
you were
actually,
here, I'd
you
want to.
do. I've like asked you where to go to eat Italian food. I don't know. I still don't know. I mean, I guess like most of the things I ask you are like general, not like city based, but I don't know. I feel like I still ask you guys for a lot. But yeah, I've been forced to figure things out on my own, but not like to an extreme. I don't feel like anything I'm doing right now is like super like crazy life changing that like I need a lot of extra guidance, so it doesn't feel like I'm making like really big decisions on my own. So
No, I guess I'm glad that you're making small decisions on your own, like where to go grocery shopping and things like that without me. I'm glad that you're getting to do that stuff.
I mean, yeah, I feel like if I didn't, that'd be more of an issue. I think like hopefully if I did go to school close, I would also be doing that on my own. But
Your generation, I was talking about generations with another mom today who has younger kids than us. And your generation is thought to have been brought up with helicopter parents. Parents like
Mm-hmm.
hovering over you, making sure you're doing it the right way, your entire life. And then I think after you was a set of kids that they called snowplow or whatever, where parents like would just clear the path to make things easy for you. Like, let's just make it
Mm-hmm.
easy. I'm going to clear the path for you. And then I think the current generation of young kids, like elementary school kids, our financial advisor told us they're called orchids, where they're like very, very delicate.
Mm. I guess it's a product of the environment that you were born in, but I would say that's kind of true based off myself and I don't know, little kids I come across. I don't know that many like little kids, but um, yeah, I don't know. I do feel like I was raised in an environment of helicopter parenting, not just from you, but like from everyone or like everyone around me, my friends, parents, influences a lot. But yeah, I
Don't
feel
must
like
be.
that's another reason why I ask. I think I mean, I feel like it's a good thing, but also like to a fault could like depend on you guys. I depend on you guys for a lot and or at least more so before than now. But like as far as like you guys can dictate how I'm supposed to like act or like think, you know. But I don't know. I guess that is a benefit of me going across the country.
Yeah,
Don't
we can't
really
really
have
helicopter from far
that.
away. But in a sense, we still can helicopter, right? Because we have all the little apps like Life 360. I can see where you are.
Yes.
We get text messages when you make purchases. So then we see where you're spending money. You have social media. I think like if you take a step back and think about the way that your dad and I were raised, we didn't have cell phones. So at any given moment, I could be out in the world and nobody would know where I was.
So you
And
want to do the exact opposite. I'm just kidding, but like I
no,
feel
I
like
mean, part of me feels like, again, we're like a product of our environment too. Like we have apps available to us. So, and we care about you. And if we don't hear from you, it's really easy to go and figure out, like, check where you are, but if you can think about like how liberating it was for us to just be away and no one would know at all what we were doing. Like you didn't
I
have
mean
find
like
my friends or whatever, or like Snapchat to like locate friends. Like you just knew nothing about whatever was happening um, outside of your vision.
I guess that's another reason why I kind of wanted to go across the country. It adds like an extra like bit of freedom for me because I don't like I mean college in general feels like that, but I feel like high school I was like my life was pretty structured. I didn't have very much time to like go on and do things on my own, not like because of you guys, but because of like my own personal, I had gymnastics, I wanted to focus on school, that kind of stuff. So I didn't feel like I had, not that I didn't have the opportunity to, but like I didn't choose to like I don't know, go out and do like spontaneous things, but um I feel like I can here. Not that you guys are like would limit me at home, but like it's like I get to make my own decision and I don't know. It feels a little bit different
I also
choosing
feel glad that
deciding
you don't
things
have like the
here.
tether of home. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you were nearby, you would come home for all the birthday parties and Mother's Day, and that's great. Like we miss you and all those things, but you have like no obligation to us when you're in Boston, except for the really important
Yeah,
things.
I mean, like I feel like that part. is like I wish I could. I feel like out of all the things, like that's what I would be fine with. Because I feel like it almost makes me feel like super separated, and like the fact that like I couldn't even get there. I mean, not that I couldn't get there at all, but like it was would have cost a lot of money to come back for all the birthday parties and all the holidays and all of that. You know what I mean? So like it's definitely a limit. Like there were definitely obstacles in the way, which like I wish weren't there. I was just thinking about this recently because it was just my cousin's birthday, and I feel like I'm like, oh yeah, I've been home recently. I just spoke to these family members, but actually, like, I didn't. Like, it was just over the phone, and that's like, I mean, that's kind of sad. So, like, out of all the things, like, out of all the things I wish I was tethered to, I wish it was like, I wish I was able to come back for those. And I don't know, even if I did go to school closer to home, I would have found my way to like find my own freedom, but you could still track me if you really wanted to.
Well, do you have, I'm curious if you have some friends in school that once they got to school, you could tell that they just like found, like, just took advantage of the newfound freedom and went kind of crazy. Um,
Mm, not
and
necessarily. I don't think so. I don't
do you think
know.
that people have just pretty much stayed true to themselves? Like they didn't just like go off in another
Well,
direction?
well, not true to like their high school selves, but I don't feel like any of my friends went like extreme.
Hmm.
Definitely, even like, I mean, all my friends here are from the East Coast, so they are a lot closer to home. But even with them being closer to home, it doesn't, like, I don't know. They still have that freedom. I think it was probably just like a little learning curve for their parents. But like I have like my friends, I have two of my friends. They've like come and stayed with me in this house like at almost every weekend. Actually almost every weekend, and they live like 30 minutes away. And like I just feel like it's probably nice to have both at a close proximity so they can, pick and choose. Like here, like I'm gonna be I'm gonna be alone. I'm gonna be like for freedom, and then when I'm home, like I have, not that I don't have an escape, but there's no like I don't
Mm.
have what I have here at home just because I'm not like I feel like I don't know if I went to college there, I would know where to like go out. I don't know. I don't know where to go at home because I never like think about it in that light when I'm like in Redwood City. So
Well, I
yeah, I don't know.
definitely, I lived close to home. I mean, my college was close to home. And
Hmm.
so I knew where to go out as a, with my college friends. And then when my home friends came home from wherever they were, then we'd all go out to like places that I
Yeah,
went to with my college friends. And then eventually my high school friends and my college friends all became friends. So that's cool.
yeah.
But
um,
okay. What about
yeah.
friends that do you have friends that don't that aren't at all close to their parents? Like do you have friends that you feel like are trying to really distance themselves away from their parents and not wanting to go home at all?
Not like personally, I don't think so. I mean, not like outwardly, I guess. Maybe people do, but they have the option. Like summer classes are a thing here, so if you really didn't want to go home, you really don't have to. But it's definitely a weird feeling because I know, like the end of the semester comes and everyone's like, "Oh, I really want to go home," and then like you're like 3 weeks in, and I was just talking to my friend, and I don't know, it's just like it's a different feeling once you've been home for a long time. You miss being here, but then when you're far away from home for a long period of time, like home is like the only place you want to go. I don't know. It's just a cycle.
Um, I was just talking to your old gymnastics coaches. We went out after we taught a course, um,
Mm-hmm.
and they have little kids. It's so cute. They have these little kids, and their little kids just hug them and hold them and need them, and like they think their parents are the best things ever, and they just want to be with them. And I was saying how much I miss that. I miss my littles. I miss my little beings that thought that I was just like the most amazing thing ever. And then one of your coaches was like, "Your kids love you." And I was like, "Yeah, they love me, but maybe they don't really like me." And they're
What
like,
do you
"No, they like
mean?
you." I'm like, they said, she said, if my kids like me as much as your kids like you when they're 17 and 19, I feel like I'll have won.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I don't. What do you mean that we don't like you? That doesn't. I feel like you would be able to tell if we didn't like you. I don't know. I think we just were like fortunate to have grown up in such like in a how I don't know the way we've grown up just allows us to feel supported from far away. It doesn't like I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be like in hugs.
I don't have to be carrying you in the sling.
No, preferably not.
Um, do you have friends that like, do you have friends that talk to their parents every day?
Mm, actually, I'm not sure. I think most of my friends at least text their parents once a day. I mean, right now it's different. A lot of my friends are living at home, so I don't know. I'm actually not sure. I wouldn't say that we talk every day. We text every day, but we don't talk every day. Which I think I was talking to my home friends, but this is like a year ago, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I don't talk to my mom every day. I don't call her every day." And two of my friends are like, "Oh, that's so weird. Like I call them every day," and I'm like, "She's busy." It would be
I have a friend who, when we were in PT school, she would talk to her sister every day.
yeah. I don't know. I think I had friends too that got closer with their sisters that went older sisters when they went to college, which I feel like is the same with me and Lucy, except she chooses to only speak to me when she wants to speak, which is like every other week. And I'll just text her and then she won't respond until it's interesting enough for her to respond, which is fine.
I
um,
know there's some people that are
but
like really good about responding to text messages, and then there are other people that you're just like, "Hello, are you there? Is this a one-way conversation?" You respond, and so far your sister has shown to be somebody that doesn't respond.
until it's, I mean, not, I guess not everything I text about is super important, but I don't know. We definitely got closer being here, with me being here. And I feel like when she comes here, she's definitely not going to hang out with me, but I don't know. It'll be
Um,
nice.
do you feel like the friends that you've made so far, you're like, it's been 2 years now that you've been in school. Are these friends for life?
I think so. I like, yeah, I think so. I think it's crazy in the way that it happened because the friends I know that are for life at home I've like built over like the course of many years and through like lots of like transitions and stuff like that. But like the transition I experienced in college was like a lot shorter period of time. So I became closer with them like a lot faster. But yeah, I think so. And like I like I know not everyone feels that way about the friends that they first meet in college or like even in the second, third, and fourth year, but yeah, I definitely think these are friends for life. Hopefully.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, it's true. Not everybody finds their people the first year, but there's a lot of pressure to find your people. And I think when I'm on the parent face group, I can see some parents are really concerned because their child is at school and they've gone through their first year, they've gone through their second year, and they still haven't found their people.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, as a parent, as a helicopter parent, we want to make sure that our kid has found their people because, that's important to have like a support, like community, and
Yeah.
yeah, support. But usually when those text threads or those Facebook threads come up, another parent will chime in and say, "Don't worry, my child found their people third year or fourth year, and they're 5 years graduated and they're still really close." So I'm glad that you
Yeah.
found your people your first year. I guess you felt it was so hilarious. You called yourselves trauma bonded.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, like, I would call my really close friends from gymnastics, like, trauma bonded. I would call my friends from, like, high school, middle school trauma bonded. So I feel like there's a theme here. But the biggest transition that happened in that first semester. So it was, I don't know, in a way, I'm really grateful for that experience, as bad as I thought it was in certain moments, but I don't know. But yeah, I feel bad for, people that have a harder time, but I don't think it's impossible, to find it later on and even after college too, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, I definitely I really have met some like amazing people after college too. People that I bonded with because we had kids together, our kids around the same time. Our kids we got closer through that, and then through work and through grad school.
Mm-hmm.
But I think one thing that I've learned over time, or maybe I've been forced to learn over time, is that like it was uncomfortable, but I was forced to learn that sometimes there's a moment in time where you're really close to people, like say you had kids together around the same time, and then that time passes. And I've in the past been like sad because those friendships
Mm-hmm.
kind of faded away. Some of them stayed, but others faded, and I don't really know why. And I think I used to like collect friends, like want to hang out with them, and then they are like my friend and I want them to be my friend forever. And then I
Yeah.
get disappointed when they're not my friend later on, and I
Yeah.
don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been kind of forced to learn how to accept that friends sometimes just are for a period of time, and
Yeah.
that
Totally.
time for whatever reason passes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I haven't lived as long, like, I haven't lived for that long, but I feel like obviously that's gonna happen as, we go on after college and do different things. And it's something that I take into account in like future plans. I think for me specifically, because all my friends here are from here, and but I've always like wanted to move back to California at some point in my life, and so it feels like if I do that, then all the friends that I've made here like are going to be so much farther away. But if they're true friends, they'll stay, which I've come to learn with college and stuff.
Well, yeah,
Um,
I mean, your friends that you guys are all in different places, and you're still
yeah,
friends. People that go
yeah.
to school all over the place. And then if you just, then like my high school friends, we're about to have a reunion in a couple weeks.
Oh, that's
Um,
fun.
because we have an engagement party to attend in New York. And so people are coming from LA and the Bay Area and New York to go to the engagement party in New York. And these are people that I've been friends with for like 30 years, some of them, or even more. And so
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
crazy.
It's really cool how I really, really appreciate that the friendships that do end up staying true, especially
Right.
the ones that like don't like they say, you should make effort for your friends and stuff and it's a relationship, so you have to keep working on it. But I do have some friends that like they will always be my friend and I don't have to do a lot of work.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
could just not talk for months and then it's okay.
Yeah. That's how I feel with my friends from home. I like not like I don't think this is a good thing. I think I'm bad at reaching out. But yeah, all my friends from home, I don't really have to we don't like reach out like all like every day. But if I'm home and I'm hanging out with them, it's like always the same, which is like really nice and how I feel like I decided mentally who were like my true friends and stuff like that. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody today who was telling me that she recently realized who her true friend she does a sport. I'm not going to mention the sport, but she plays a sport, and she has friends through this sport because they compete. And for a while, she couldn't participate in the competitions in the sport because she got sick with COVID at the start of the year. And she realized who amongst those like teammates were her real friends because they were the ones that were reaching out to her when she was out and couldn't play anymore. And the ones that weren't really her friends were the ones that just kind of like, okay, well, we just hang out because of this sport. So I don't really need to contact you and I don't really wonder how you're
Yeah.
doing. Let me know when you're able to play again.
Yeah. That's like, I mean, I could do that with a lot of things, with like moving away. Like, I actually actively separated myself from all of my friends. And so, like, the ones who did reach out and stuff and did, you know, reach out when we were all home, like, that's how I knew. And then with like college too, you could tell like who reaches out when you leave for the summer and stuff like that. You just know. Like it's harder to maintain a relationship if um, in the times that like you don't see each other, you don't speak.
Mhm.
Even I don't know. I guess more so for college, but
Speaking of relationships, are you dating anybody?
no. Okay, so just out me on the podcast. That's fine. No, I'm not.
Is there a reason?
If I knew the reason, maybe I would have changed something. I don't know. I feel like relationships right now at in the spot of my life that I'm in right now feel like a lot of commitment because I would like to be in a committed relationship, but not don't necessarily have like the time or I don't feel like I have the time or the mental capacity to like deal with that. But I mean I probably do. I like have like all these other things on my mind that make it like less of a priority, and then because of it's less of a priority, I don't focus it on as much. But I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. um, but we'll see.
See, it's I feel like dating is something you need practice doing too.
I mean, not to say that I haven't been on. Like I don't know. I just feel like in the times that I do, like try to like force something to happen because I think that's I'm supposed to be doing right now, and then it's like, I don't. I know I don't like them. I don't really know why I went out with them, but whatever.
Are you on the apps?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I mean, I told you that. I mean, it started as like it was a game last semester. That was with Tinder. That's just like icky.
Is it
But I
icky?
don't know. Tinder, yeah.
So what's not icky? Like I have a friend that met her a husband that she just married on like bagels and something.
Oh, so not what I was thinking. I don't
Mhm.
know. It's like, well, I mean, like the app that I feel like people my age use the most apart from Tinder is Hinge. But like
Isn't
both,
Hinge ickier?
no, I don't know the way that it's used in like these settings. Like there's like I feel like a just like an unsaid like difference, and people know, unless you make it clear, I guess, what you want. But Tinder's like short term and like Hinge is not necessarily long term, but like maybe you'll go on a date with them. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I mean,
by
maybe
short
that's
term, we're not even
like
talking about a date. We're just talking about a
no,
like a random
no.
short meetup.
Hmm.
Ew.
And people are like a lot more bold on that. It just like feels like the reason I had downloaded it before was because like it's a game. Like I'm actively playing a game, which really goes to show just how great my generation is at making long term relationships with people, which maybe also adds it to the reason why I'm not dating anyone right now. But who cares?
All right. Well, on that awkward note, um, I guess we'll talk next week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.